Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of the OEMC podcast, Answering the Call. I am once again, I'm telling you, they're going to take the show away from me. They're going to start hosting it. I'm joined by Beverly and Kayla from our OEM team. You guys have something really awesome going on right now. And Beverly, this was kind of your thing that you spearheaded. What's this new initiative?
So this is emergency preparedness training for houses of worship. And this is something that I was introduced to actually through the OEM team before I came to OEM with one of the team members, Khalil, because he was speaking at a house of worship training for houses of worship in Cook County. And he asked me to come to give the information for 911 and 311 and Smart 911. I said, okay, no problem, no problem. So when I went, all of the information that was given out to the different entities I thought was really, really important information and would be great for houses of worship in Chicago. Because our municipality is so big, we have so many. I think this would just be very beneficial. I wanted to make sure that everybody understood what OEMC is, because most people do not know what we are, right? And if they do, they may only know the 911 part of it. They don't know all of the different entities that work underneath OEMC. So just a complete and total overview of OEMC. And also in regards to EOP, emergency operations plans, people may have heard of it if you have a facility, but have you ever made one? And would it be beneficial, or why it would be beneficial, or how to do it? And also with severe weather, climate change is real, stuff is happening, and we need to know how to interface with that on a few different levels. And with you being a house of worship in a community location, how would that affect you? How would that affect your members? And then how could you help and assist in the community? We also will deal with the active shooter part. And of course, stop the bleeding. If you want to get somebody to be able to assist them before emergency responders can get there, let's give people the information and see how they could do it. This is going to be geared towards the security personnel of the facilities. Because we're talking about things like EOPs, right? Most members are going to utilize the EOP, right? So for this one, we want to talk to the people who deal with keeping those inside of that location safe and all that we can do to ensure that everybody is safe. And when I say safe, something as simple as knowing where the exits are of your facility, knowing where you shelter in place in your facility. Those are simple things, because if you're just visiting this location for the first time, how many signs have you ever seen posted inside of a house of worship, right? That this is an exit door, or this is just this door, or this is, right? So we want all of that kind of information to be given to people. So that is kind of how the days will break up. And it goes from 9 a.m. till about 1:45, 1:30-ish is about the time that we've probably been ending.
You kind of broke down the parts of the training at the beginning. Kayla, your role in this is the Stop the Bleed training, which we've talked about a lot, but why is that so important to make sure that people at these congregations know how to do?
For us in our Safe Chicago program here at OEMC, when we started back in 2018, we really were geared towards, focusing on our city buildings, our both leased and owned facilities, and making sure that our actual city workforce was prepared for the event of an emergency. And, we've kind of done that in a bunch of different iterations. And what we noticed is, okay, we did that and we'll keep doing that. But how else can we bring this into our community? If you look at a lot of unfortunate active shooter or active threat statistics, they happen at what we call soft target locations. And houses of worship fall under that soft target umbrella, if you will. So your museums, your houses of worship, your movie theaters, and we can all think about different incidents that have unfortunately happened in those locations, even schools, right? And we want to make sure we're getting into the community now as our next phase of Safe Chicago. So this was a great way to kind of segue into the community. We've done tons of bleeding control kits at, museums and sports venues, but we said, houses of worship, we thought would be a great way to partner with Beverly and her new project and plan to bring, again, these kits to houses of worship. So what we're looking at here is donating, should they stay through the entire duration of the House of Worship conference for their area, they will actually get a kit donated to them by us, OEMC, completely free no charge. They will get one bleeding control kit per house of worship. So again, one bleeding control kit contains 8 individual bleeding control kits to treat up to 8 victims if necessary. And they can place it in their house of worship. And again, it's just another piece of safety equipment. They always get a bad rep. And then it doesn't have to be in that active threat mindset. It could just be an accident. Maybe there was a car accident that happened right in front of the church or during the kitchen. Unfortunately, knives can cause accidents when you weren't trying to do anything, ill will. But unfortunately, accidents happen. So we want this piece of safety equipment to be available to all of them. And that just only increases our whole level of community preparedness for the city of Chicago. It really is a way to make Chicago safer because you're now able to buy time for that individual, get them the help that they need without them bleeding out, really stop the bleed and help, again, that individual while fire is arriving.
What has been the response from the people attending? Is this something that you guys are hoping to keep going?
What I would like to see happen. This is what I would like to see happen for next year. So this year, we said we want to talk to security personnel, right? Next year, I would like for the members to get the bulk of this information. No, we know necessarily not EOP, but OEMC overview again. Severe weather, for member though related information. Again, knowing how to stop the bleed as a member, active shooter information as a member of that location to receive the information. So again, this will be something to follow up. We're going to follow up. I'm going to follow up with the faith-based officers to find locations for every district so that the members of the different houses of worship can, one, come to receive the information, but two, connect with one another, right? Because for me, connection is how you build community, and community is how you keep people safe. Like, that is very simple for me. So yes, I do want this to be a legacy project in which we are reaching out to literally houses of worship throughout the entire city. If I can get all of them to come, we get every house of worship in the city of Chicago. Okay. That's my goal in life. So we'll see how we can get there. But yes, I would love for everyone to be able to receive this information. So we're starting right now with security personnel for this year. Next year, we'll move into the members, and then there are other ways I'd like to see this to keep moving forward to get out to more people.
And just to reiterate, it's houses of worship training. So this isn't specific to one sort of religion or denomination.
All denominations across the board. I love giving information to people. I want people to receive the information because as a human being, you need to know how to stop somebody from bleeding. So for me, it is all denominations throughout the city to receive the information.
For congregations that may want to get more information, may want to either take part, maybe not this round, but the next round, get involved, what is the best way for them to do that?
So they can email me at beverly.carrington@cityofchicago.org, and I can add them to our contact list to ensure that they're receiving the information for anything future that's going out, as well as the wrap-up of the information of what we've disseminated thus far.
Anything else about the program that you want listeners to know about, or how they can get involved?
Come out, receive the information, network with other locations and other people. One of the things that one of the sergeants was letting people know is that they will go through your location to determine what it is you need to do or implement inside of this location to keep it as safe as possible. That is a great networking opportunity for anyone, right? So come out to the event.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Like Beverly said, we'll have all the links and all the details you need to find out about the training, sign up for the training in the show notes. So check those out.